Alright, today what we're going to do is we're going to design your own shoe. You're going to use your brushes that I've shown you over the last couple of days, and you're going to create the most impressive looking shoe that you can in the time allotted. First thing we're going to do is we're going to look over on the right hand side in your layers menu. So if you look under your layers panel, you're going to see a few different things. We have two basic layers, the white base layer and the work area layer. We also have a group above it that we're going to leave locked. The white base is just that. It's the white background for the entire document. The work area is where you're going to have selected so that you can draw with your brush. Group 1 is where I've got some of the text and the images of the actual shoes. Click on the eyeballs as you want so you can kind of see what is what. First thing we're going to make sure to do is select the work area. Then on the left-hand side, you're going to come over here and you're going to get your brush. B is a shortcut for brush. And then you're going to select the brush that you want to use. I want you to start under General, Soft Round Brushes. Make sure your size is not too large and check your hardness, whether you want it to be 100% hard, creating a full solid dot like that, or if you wanted it 0% hardness, kind of creating a feathering account. Last thing you'll need to do is on the toolbar on the left hand side, you can double click right here and then come over and select the colors that you would like to use. You can also do this in the color panel on the right hand side. So if you want to change your colors, you can do so here as you would like. I'm going to start with a nice solid red. Now if you look at the shoe on the left hand side, I'm going to attempt to color in this section right here using red, using my brush. So if I click, hold, and drag, you can see that it starts to paint red. Now the first thing you'll say is that it's going outside the lines. Well, we're not kids. We can fix that if we need to. There are eraser tools. I'm going to fill in the space. I may make my brush bigger or smaller using the brackets to the right-hand side of the letter P and fill in that color. The next thing you'll notice is that it doesn't go over top of the black lines. If you look inside of your group 1 and click on that layer, you'll see that it has a multiply blending mode. This is actually on top of the red, and the only thing that's being blended into the red is that black line that you see. So that's going to help create this kind of look that we want. Now if you have an issue like this and you go outside of the lines, you can hit E on your keyboard right here. That's your eraser tool. And you can come back and kind of clean up the areas that you want. Remember, the eraser tool works just like any other brush. You can make it bigger or smaller as you want it to be. Now this will allow you to clean up any nasty areas that are going outside like this. Of course, there's always a little give and take where you have to go back and clean up any areas that you go over top of. You can see some white gaps down towards the bottom where I kind of messed up here. I'll hit B on my brush again, this time going back to a hard brush, and I'll clean up any little mistakes like this. Remember, Command plus and Command minus will allow you to zoom in. The closer you're zoomed in on this, the easier it's going to be to kind of navigate around. So once you've got one section like that and it looks good, you can go about trying to do another one. So I'll come over here using that same color and kind of trace the outline. I'm not going to try to be perfect right now. I'm going to come back with my eraser tool and kind of clean it up. So I'll fill in the areas I need like that. Hit E on my keyboard and zoom in. The closer I am into it, the easier this is going to be to navigate. I'll move back and forth between my brush and my eraser. You'll see a little size difference as I do this. My brush and clean up the area that might need to be made. Going through, again erasing, and coming back with my brush tool as needed. If I want my brush tool to be smaller, I can do so. Same with your eraser. If you want it to be smaller, you can do so. So going through, I can slowly start to draw in these areas, cleaning them up. So I would recommend you pausing the video at this point, going through and attempting to paint some of these areas. Now, Once you have finished painting the areas around your shoe, you're going to have to come in and choose different colors to paint different areas. For instance, if I want black laces, I'll get black as my main foreground color, and then I'll draw in black into this area, creating a black lace. And of course, all of these little areas here have to be painted in as best you can. I would prefer you leave nothing white, if at all possible. If you leave it white, that just shows me you did not try. So a lot of this can be drawn in using these simple brushes. If you make little mistakes, of course, I'm not going to get too mad about it. It's not like I'm worried about you staying exactly in the lines. But it should be pretty clean at the end of this. If it looks real messy, that's a problem in itself. So there are my black laces. Now, that's the left shoe. That's what I want you to do. Color it in. You can use any brush that you would like and create any style you would like. If you want to come in with this little splatter brush, oops, let me shrink it down real quick. If you want to come in with this splatter brush and kind of draw in some splats into these areas, you can certainly do that if you would like. I don't mind it. Just make sure you keep things clean. All right? Don't let these little dots on the outside kind of persist. Make sure you come back with your eraser tool and clean that up. Now, once you have one shoe done, I want you to come over and work on the second shoe. This one I want to be more of an experimentation. So I'm going to hit my brush. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to get some different colors. Now I'm going to do things a little differently on this shoe, so pay attention. I'm going to get yellow as my foreground color.
This time I need for all teachers to please check your email. I need for all teachers to check your emails at this time.
I'm going to drag it out like that, creating that kind of color. I'm going to come back, get a different color, and draw up here. Alright, so this looks kind of messy at the time being, and that's okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my smudge tool, or maybe I'll come in here and get one of my wet brushes, like Kyle's wet blender, and make it a little bigger, and just kind of create some kind of drag, maybe a little smaller than that, that was a little much, and create kind of a cool little fading effect into these colors so they look a little different. I'll get a little bit of fade. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to clean up these edges the same way, but differently. I'm going to use my eraser tool, but instead of actually coming through and trying to erase it specifically, I'm going to look at my layers. This layer right here, layer number 2, is my shoe. Now, if I have this selected, I can come in with my magic wand tool, which is right here underneath your quick selection tool. I can click on the area that I want to keep. So I want to keep this area of the color, this heart of the shoe here, and right up here as well. So I'll hold shift as I click. You notice the little plus symbol right there, hold shift and click in here. That's the area I want to keep the paint in. So I'm going to go up to the top and I'm going to select inverse. Now when I do that, it selects everything but what I've just clicked on. I'm going to grab my eraser tool and I'm going to make sure that I'm on the work area layer now. I'll blow my eraser tool up and I'm going to come through and erase all the areas that are not that part of the shoe. And you can see how cool that is. It lines it up. I don't have to worry too much about it. So to show you that to you again, watch. I'm going to choose yellow. I'm on my work area this time. I'm going to get my magic wand tool and I'm going to click right in here. I apologize. I'm going to be on my layer 2 and I'm going to click right here to select that area on that shoe. Then I'll go back to my work area. I'll get yellow, I'll get my brush, and I'll paint only in that area. I'll change my brush to a purple. I'll shrink my brush down and kind of draw a line through there. I'll come back, get my wet blender or maybe my real oils, and I'll kind of smear this around a little bit, trying to create a different type of look, a different type of texture. If I don't like that, I can always go back, try a different brush, see maybe if that works a little better for me. So I'm going to make this smaller, and I'm just going to kind of drag around like that. And you can see it smears it out and kind of creates a neat little texture. When I hit Command D, it lets go, and I've painted that area. So this makes things a lot easier. If I select the shoe, get my magic wand tool, click on the area that I want, I can now paint whatever I want it to be. So if that area I want to just be yellowed out, I select my yellow, get my brush. If you see this, it's on the wrong tool, wrong area. So make sure you're on the right tool, right area. And I can paint that area in the lines very easily. Maybe I don't like that. Maybe I want to go like a dark gray or something. I can paint right back over it. Command D. So you can see how you can quickly create cool looks doing this. Now, what I want you to do today more than anything is I want you to experiment with downloading brushes and trying different brushes. So right here where you see layer 2, I'm going to get my magic wand tool again, and I'm going to click on these two areas where I had that first color splash. I'm going to get my brush, and I'm going to come up to the top. If you have downloaded the ABR files, they should show up here in these folders like this. And you can see all kinds of different options in here. So I'm going to click on, is this the one? I'm going to click on my smoke options here, go to my work area, and with this smoke option, I'm going to do something a little differently. I'm going to make it a little smaller. That was a little big looking at it. I like that. And I'm also going to rotate it. So you see that this smoke is going straight up and down. If I turn it like this, you'll see it kind of goes at an angle. So now, if I click like that, I get these cool little smoke effects. Maybe I don't like the smoke. Maybe I want to go over here and I want to try the lightning pack. I can do the same thing. Shrink it down a little bit because they come in really large. You see it's coming straight down. I like this one a little better. There we go. So I'm going to shrink it down a little bit. I kind of want it large, but not that large. I'm going to rotate it again, like that. And I'm going to click one time. And it'll create that nice little lightning effect. Try this in a few different places. At the end of this, it should look a lot like the examples. You should have different colors in different places. So check the Google Classroom for the different examples that I want you to kind of emulate. You can use whatever colors, whatever styles, make it look however you want. But the less amount of white on this, the better it's going to be. So give that a shot, see what it looks like, create an awesome shoe. Remember, Shift-Command-3 is the shortcut to take a screenshot, and remember to name your screenshot. If you're done with that, start working on your final project. Have a good day.